Hello, everybody. Motivation Monday. You're the project. Why self development isn't optional anymore. Let me start with something. Most people are working hard on their job, their bills, their family, their problems. But almost nobody is intentionally working on the person living inside their own head. And that's not a character flaw, that's how we were raised. Nobody pulled us aside and said, hey, your thoughts, your patterns, your emotional reactions, your habits, those are skills. And if you don't develop them, they will quietly run your life. No, we were taught how to earn, how to perform, how to survive, but not how to develop ourselves. So today isn't about hype. It's not about becoming some perfect version of yourself. This is about something simpler and more urgent. Why self development is the difference between repeating your life and evolving it. What self development is and isn't. Self development is not sitting in a room repeating affirmations you don't believe, reading books and never changing your behavior, trying to fix yourself because you think you're broken. Self development is not self hate dressed up as improvement. Self development is this: the intentional process of becoming aware of how you think, react, cope, avoid, sabotage, and survive so you can choose differently. And that's it. And here's the hard truth: if you don't develop yourself on purpose, you will still develop just unconsciously. Your environment will do it for you. Your trauma will do it for you. Your habits will do it for you. Your past will do it for you. So the real question isn't, should I work on myself? The real question is, who or what is currently shaping me? The invisible program running your life. Every single person is operating on a program, a mental program, an emotional program, a behavior program. Most of it was installed before you were aware and old enough to argue with it. Some of you learned stay quiet to stay safe, perform to be valued, numb it instead of feeling it, control everything or lose everything. If I slow down, everything falls apart. And here's the wild part: you might be living in a completely different city, with a different job, with different people, but running the same internal operating system. That's why people say, I don't know why I keep ending up here. But you do. You're not broken, you're unexamined. Self development is the moment you stop asking, what's wrong with me? And start asking, what did I learn that made this make sense? So let's do something real for a minute. I want you to think of one pattern in your life that keeps repeating. Not the dramatic story, just a pattern. Maybe it's starting strong and fading out, choosing the same type of relationship, avoiding things until they explode, overworking, then burning out, promising yourself this time will be different. Now, here's the question most people never ask: what does this pattern protect me from? Because every pattern, even the destructive ones, started as a solution. Self development begins when you stop attacking as a behavior and start understanding the role it played. Growth is not violence against yourself, it's curiosity. Why information alone doesn't change people. Let's make this clear. Information does not equal transformation. That's why smart people still sabotage themselves, educated people still repeat painful cycles, and motivated people still fall back into old habits. Because you don't change at the level of knowledge, you change at the level of identity, emotional regulation, nervous system safety, self trust. Self development is not about learning more, it's about learning how you operate under pressure. What do you become when you're tired, when you're rejected, when you're overwhelmed, when you're bored? when no one is watching. That's the real curriculum. The cost of not developing yourself. Let's talk about the cost, because there is one. The cost of not developing yourself is not failure, it's repetition. Same arguments, same regrets, same promises, same apologies, same I'll start Monday. And eventually, something worse happens. You stop believing yourself. You'll say you'll change, and part of you thinks, yeah, right. Self development rebuilds self credibility. It's how you become someone you can trust again. Self development and self leadership. Nobody is coming to manage your inner world. No boss, no partner, no court, no program, no motivational speaker. Self development is self leadership. It's the moment you say, I'm responsible for how I respond, even when I didn't choose what happened to me. That doesn't erase pain, it doesn't minimize trauma, it gives you agency. And agency is the opposite of helplessness. The shift from fixing to building. Here's the shift that changes everything. Stop trying to fix who you are. Start building who you're becoming. You're not a problem to solve. You're a project to develop. Projects need structure, feedback, patience, iteration, grace. You don't quit a project because a first draft is messy. So why do you quit on yourself? Practical self-development framework. Here's a simple framework you can actually use. Awareness. What do I do automatically? Ownership. How does this serve or protect me? Choice. What's one different response I can practice? Repetition. Can I practice this imperfectly? That's development. Not overnight transformation, not perfection, practice. The real payoff. Self-development doesn't make life easy. It makes you capable. Capable of sitting with discomfort without running, making decisions you respect, ending cycles instead of explaining them, building a framework, a future, instead of escaping the present. And the biggest payoff, you stop needing your life to fall apart to wake you up. So, in closing, let me leave you with this. You don't need to become someone else. You need to become someone who knows themselves. Because the moment you start developing yourself intentionally, your life stops happening to you and starts responding to you. You are the project. It is time you started treating yourself like one worth investing in. Thank you. And remember, believe in yourself and don't give up.